Livestock production center details allow you to manage and analyze your different livestock groups in your livestock operation and determine what strategy might be more profitable. There are different components in your livestock production center details. The profit centers are your different livestock types or livestock stages. Production centers are the locations of those different groups, which might be your barns. Production year is the year of the production cycle. And with livestock, there's often more than one production group within any production year at the different locations. And your lease agreements are your different ownerships of livestock. Let's go take a look at a livestock production center detail under Setup, Profit Production Centers, Livestock Production Center Details. We have some 18 livestock production center details that exist in the sample data. Let's take a look at one of those. In each detail, you'll have an abbreviation and name, and that abbreviation and name is indicating the profit center, the location of the production center, the production year, and the series for each one of the different groups. So for this one, 18-1 N barn is representing the profit center purchase feeders. In our sample data, we only have one profit center. You might have multiple profit centers for your different type of livestock. Our production center of the North Barn, our year of 2018, and our production series of 1. If this was a second group in the year of 2018, then this would be a 2 for the production series. And our lease owner, which in our sample data, we only have one lease agreement because we own and operate all of the livestock. You may have different lease agreements there also. In the upper right are our active status boxes. Active represents the details that you are seeing in the list when you're doing transaction activity. Accepting inputs is different in livestock than crop. With the crop, accepting input is updating and managing the production information. In livestock, this information doesn't get automatically updated with transaction activity, but it's there for your own use for storing your start date, your end date, a starting weight, and starting age. So that's for your information. It would show up on your livestock production reports, but is not updated through activity. And then your accepting distributions checkbox. If you have account distributions that are on a per head basis, then you will need to assign this, have this production center detail and assign it in the transaction activity that would purchase that new group of livestock or the entry for new livestock production. And that is maintaining the balance for that inventory and used in that account distribution when using a per head account distribution. And this checkbox is indicating that this particular detail you still want being used when using that account distribution on a per head. Down in the lower right is an additional notes if you want to store some additional notes on this particular detail. And then we will be able to click Save. Now, down at the bottom are some buttons. So if we wanted to make a new detail, we can click the New button. And let's say that we're going to make a detail for 19, the first production of 19 for the North Barn. So we're going to go North Barn Feeders. And our profit center is our feeders. And we want the North Barn 2019 and the first of our series. And our lease owner defaults, our active status is active for all 3. And we can update any details down here if we wanted to. And that's all the information we need, and we're ready to save. You can also make a new one by using the copy button. So I could highlight an existing one, click copy. That would bring in the details where I can update anything that needs to be. We'll make this one for 19 South Barn. And all that information is correct. We can change our production year and our active status, and we're ready to change our start date to today. And then we can click Save. The other buttons down at the bottom allow us to edit a production center detail, Delete, if we have not used this detail, we could click the delete button and delete. And in this case, we would be able to delete that 19 detail because we have not used it in transaction activity. If we highlighted one of the 18 and clicked delete and said yes, it says we aren't able to delete it because it's been used. So it's kind of guarding you that way. Combine is if you have two production center details that really represent the same thing. You can use the combine, highlight the one you want to remove, click combine, and highlight the one you want it to merge into. And then the mass update allows you to select multiple details and mass update active status of active, accepting inputs, or accepting distribution. So if we wanted to change accepting distribution on our 18 details, we can click next, highlight just our 18 details, and change our status value to no. Click next. It would indicate our old accepting distribution was at yes. We're changing it to no. Click next. And that would update the details. If we go into one of those 18 details, now it's unchecked as accepting distributions. Those are how to create your livestock production center details. They're now ready for transaction activity. Whenever you select a production center detail, it automatically updates the year, the production series, the profit center, and the production center without you manually inputting those details.